always taking action for you.
And first at 6, the investigation of a business deal that deals in human body parts shifting from Detroit to Chicago as the feds launch a new raid.
And once again, hundreds of families will be left wondering if the bodies of loved ones have been bought and sold on the black market.
7 Action News investigator Jim Kirchner is here tonight with a story you'll see only on 7. Jim?
Stephen and Carolyn, this case started here, according to sources, when a man named Arthur Rathburn was shipping human body parts through Metro Airport. Get this, the box leaked blood. Those cargo haulers then called for help. Why were you stockpiling hundreds of human body parts here, sir? That's Art Rathburn. And remember his business 13 months ago? For 2 days, federal investigators dressed in hazmat suits removed body parts of 1,000 different people. Arms, legs, heads cut up and kept on ice, not embalmed, so they would be fresh for the black market. Today, the rundown warehouse on Detroit's east side is shuttered and up for sale. Sources say Rathburn's seized records led them to the Chicago area today, a business called Biological Resource Center in Rosemont. It's difficult to see from the outside, but sources say the hazmat suits and raid are underway on the 6th floor of this office building. The same paper trail led investigators to Biological Resource Center in Phoenix last January, and another raid removing body parts and corpses. There were also ties to similar businesses in Las Vegas. Since these dealt directly with the public, families were left without answers. Now, no one has been charged by the feds yet. There are actually 2 locations involved in this raid going on right now in the Chicago area. The offices in Rosemont and the lab in another suburb where they have found body parts. But my sources say this case is winding down, and with this new evidence in Chicago, they can now finish this case after some 13 months.
This is so gruesome. Any idea how many families you're talking about here with loved ones that may be involved?
It's going to depend a lot on the records. It depends if they're talking hundreds or thousands, and with those records that they've seized, and are those records even up to date, or have they been doctored? That could be spelled out in an indictment once it's handed down.
You would not expect it necessarily to be accurate the way it's been handled so far. It could be very,
Okay, so this is from the Cook County Chronicle. It says the unregulated cadaver parts industry helped build Rosemont's reputation for surgical training. Yeah. Surgical training. Rosemont is centered around body harvesting, cadaver harvesting, cadaver selling. Trouble starts as soon as you start making a profit off trafficking of human body parts, said Callum Ross. The industry is not very well regulated. Really? And this is all tied into the human trafficking, folks. Now, if you've been watching the news when they raided that facility in Detroit that was connected to Rosemont, the same owners. One of the reasons it got caught before was because at the airport, one of the boxes was leaking blood out of it. And they told them it was Listerine. And it was blood. And so that's what leads them, stuff like that, to getting in trouble all the time. The thing is, there's never any big arrests. One of the reasons they got in trouble was because they were selling diseased parts and false advertising. They were selling diseased parts rather than healthy ones. Well, here's a big question. When does the FBI decide to track these body parts to see if it's even legal, if they were even donated, or they were just picked up off the street, sent to one of their chop shops, and parted out? This is crazy. And they keep doing it, keep getting away with it. Oh, where's that one where it says they love going to Chicago? See, I don't believe anything they say. Here it is. For 20 years, surgeons have traveled to Rosemont from around the world to learn surgical skills on cadaveric specimens. Medical tool and supply companies host workshops and product demonstrations for new bone and joint surgery tools. Surgeons boost the local economy by staying in local hotels, enjoying catered food. I'm sure they've got human meat on the menu, or trips to Chicago restaurants and nightlife. Little do they tell you, they run their own little butcher shops right in their own hotels for butchers in training. And check this out. The BioSkills Lab. It hosts the same building as the police department. Biological Service Center, Illinois, was renting Suite 505 building, which houses Rosemont Village Hall and the police station. Now who's going to help them protect their little body chop shop industry? Their own little police department. This is all such a setup, folks. It goes way deep. Rosemont is just a huge chop shop. And here's a usual stack of boxes coming out of this hotel. How many of them are going to leak Listerine? Okay, so let me show you where they're at. Let me get my little arrow here. Okay. They are right here. They're coming out this door, over here to the escalators. That's the stairs. This is the kitchen back here. Another kitchen back here on the other side. This is the Midway Auditorium building room. And they're coming out, and the escalators are right here. Alright. Just a perspective of where they're at. And here we go. You can watch the butchers in training leave their nightly session. Look, it's 11. No, it's 9 o'clock at night. 9:12. 21:12 military time. Notice their camera freezes for a few seconds. But they're all coming out and they're leaving for the night. 9 o'clock at night. A lot of these people are shapeshifters. I was catching them down at the end of the hall at that other camera as they go to the elevators. A lot of them take the escalators, and then a lot of them will walk down the end of the hall and turn right to go to the elevators. Imagine my surprise that a lot of these butchers are actually reptilian shapeshifters. Okay, watch this. But every one of these kids are butchers. There's two different groups that came into the hotel that night. This is the group that's the butchers. Check this out. This is the backpack shapeshifters. He's one. No, not him. I'm looking for the Asian one. You probably saw in the pass elevators. Look, they're all part of the fest. Look, they're all coming up from downstairs. They're all part of the rituals that night. They were down in the morgue. They're the ones I keep screaming about and calling them the backpack gang. This is them. There's like 100, and look, they're all coming from the lower level where that butcher shop is, where the morgue. That's the guy. He's the one. But they're all butchers. Look at all these kids. There's like 100 of them. I'm thinking they're medical students or something. Training them to be butchers and... Okay, this is right after 20 minutes after all the kids, butchers, leave that building, that room. Look, they roll this card out, and this is the one with the baby on the head. Remember my video I uploaded about 2 weeks ago? With the baby's head on a cart? This is when that happens, after all those butchers in training leave that room. And here they come. Look, there's a baby's head. You can see the arm and the hand sticking up on the side. And the head is wrapped in some kind of bag, some kind of plastic. You'll see it. I'm sure this is all legal. Somebody donated that baby to science. Look. You can see it. It's clear as day. There's a head in that bag. This place is a chop shop. Protected by Rosemont Police Department. Look.